Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal's like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Sorry. Hello, and welcome to High on Sports.
So that's how we're starting today.
Yeah,
That's how we're starting.
coughing up a lung over here.
I decided I was going to get a quick sip of my delicious cocaine energy supplement, and to no fault of the cocaine energy supplement, it went down the wrong tube. And I'm
Filled your
realizing now
lungs up with cocaine?
I probably shouldn't have chanced it. I was like, intro going, I could sneak in a sip. I could not. Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you're listening to us at home on your computer or on the go with one of our many
All right, wait a
glorious
second.
smartphone apps.
You're over there jumbling everything up again.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do this again.
I'm going to plug the app.
Hold on. Do it again.
To which part?
Are you
All right, we're just
ready?
starting the whole thing over.
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal's like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you're at home listening on your computer or on one of the many glorious apps, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Woo! Full disclosure, I snuck in a sip again. This time at work, though. I got ballsy. Anyways, remember, if you're not listening on one of the apps, you very easily can be. By if you are on the Android or iOS. I think it's on iOS too, right? Should be. Well, either way, go to the App Store and download the free app TuneIn Radio. And once you have it installed, just simply search, what do we search in? MST Radio Network, and you should find us. Click the play button. You can listen for free from your phone on the go. How awesome is that? You can be at the gym. You can be at, the store. Other places. You can be at wherever you want. Listening to the show on the go from your phone. And remember, as always, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/High on Sports. Twitter is at High_on_sports or the hashtag High on Sports. Call the show toll free 1-888-668-0742. Email us at shows@morningshowcentral.com. We'll read your email on the show. And remember, as always, get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com. You have the archive of all our past shows, bunch of other fun stuff. Check that out again. It's highonsportsradioshow.com. Now, we've got a jam-packed show here, so let's get ready to it. It is round 2. Let's go.
Round 2?
1. Oh,
One.
man.
Dude, we're all
I'm
over the
awful
place
today.
today. You're
I've inhaled a lot of paint
filling
fumes
your
today.
lungs with cocaine.
I have inhaled a lot of paint fumes. Which brings me to my first point. Something we were supposed to, earlier in the month, but we're just getting to it now because we are.
That's how we do things.
Is, of course, the High on Sports Fantasy Football League. We had the championship occur, and a winner was named while we were on break. And the trophy took some time, but it's ready to go, and it is right here. Unveiling it tonight to our winner, fan of the show, Todd. Todd, I believe, is listening at home right now. Or not. Either way, hi, Todd. And Team Vikings fan was his team. Which is funny because that's specifically one of the things I've read in a lot. I read a lot of the Draft Day Manifesto stuff, all over from all the different sites. And one of the big ones that everybody likes to hit on is never be a whatever fan, never be a homer when it comes to your fantasy football team. You don't want to fill your team with Browns. You don't want to fill your team with anything because only so many people on that team can win. He had a lot of Vikings on his team and kicked everybody's ass.
Well, I mean, he had Adrian Peterson. So,
Adrian
he
Peterson.
beat everybody with Adrian Peterson alone. And then just the rest of his team just was
And they're,
there.
how am I blanking on the kid's name? The wide receiver. Kid out of Florida.
Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin, thank you.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin had a great year until he went down. But like I said, I inhaled a lot of paint fumes. And this is the reason why. I'll unveil this now. Ta-da!
Oh, look how pretty.
Check that out.
I'm jealous.
Look at that. Ooh. We got his name on the front, on the top here, with, the year he won, and it says High on Sports Fantasy Football
guy on the
Champion.
top.
There's a little football player on the top.
Yep, and
Going back to pass. I made that. and and then on the front here, we also have the scores of every game he played this season. Win or loss. Let me move that so we can see. There we go. Check that out. Whew. That is nice. Fun fact, totally unrelated to sports. If anyone at home gets spray paint on their hands or body, cooking spray gets that right off. So any oil-based thing like that, she does the trick. Just a helpful tip. It is. I'm not gonna give numbers, but it is less than half the cost of the last trophy we made. So, yet way bigger.
we got budget
and,
cuts going on.
therefore made of more gold. As you can tell, this is real gold. I don't know why I was talking about spray paint. That was primer.
Real.
Spraying primer on it to make it glisten. But that is
Gold-plated.
real authentic gold coloring on some objects that are mostly paper-based products, cardboard, things like that. Full disclosure, this one up top was a tissue box at one
Is that
point.
a little Dixie cup?
That is a
top?
little Dixie cup
Oh.
on top, but the little figure, that is from the good people at Lego. They sent that to me in exchange for money. So thanks to that, Lego. So there it is, Todd, Team Vikings fan.
That's great.
There's the trophy. You are the 2012-13
Congratulations.
High on Sports Fantasy Football League champion.
I don't have to like it, but
I
I'll
should
tell you
mention
good
he
job.
beat the terrible pterodactyls in order to get in there. So, also fan of the show, Max. That was his team. I was in the playoffs too. And then former co-host on the show, Ty, was also in there.
All I know is the first half of the season I kicked ass,
You
and
did.
then I went on like a 5-game losing streak, and I went into a dark hole and didn't come out of it. It
Yeah,
made
no,
me
it was
sad.
not pretty. It was not pretty.
We had inner turmoil in team.
Extra
Bad
congratulations to Todd for finally dethroning Von Erich.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't check my team after the first 3 weeks.
You got cocky.
Yeah,
You
that's
win
what
2
happened.
years in a row. You just figure, well, I'm unstoppable now.
Yeah, so
Well, that's what
no
I
need
thought
to
halfway
adjust
through
your
the
lineup.
season. I'm like, I'm 5-0. These people can't stop me. I'm going undefeated. Next thing I know, I'm like, I lose. Oh, that doesn't matter. Next thing I know, my whole goddamn lineup is hurt. I'm like, I give up.
I was the luckiest team in the league this year.
My whole damn team got hurt.
It just so happened that every team seemed to have their worst week against me. Like, I barely broke 100 at all this season.
Yeah.
Yet it would just so happen teams that are normally in triple digits come to me and put up like 80. And, I took it and I ran with it. It was my defense.
Every time I played,
Because
I was
I played-
getting weekly high score put against me.
But
and I'm like, I'm done.
I played better defense than anybody. Played good fantasy football defense.
Yeah.
This is what I did. So there's the trophy. We'll leave it up there for now, just because it's really shiny. And if there's any children watching the show, they can just stare at that while we talk. So,
Yeah.
So there's that. 2 birds, boom, 1 stone. Let's talk about some birds right now, specifically the Baltimore Ravens. That was a good transition.
Birds are the word.
Bird.
Bird is the word in one game,
I
not
just
in the other
watched
one.
that Family
So,
Guy Sunday or Saturday.
Such a good song. So eloquent.
He's running around.
Anyways, the Baltimore Ravens.
Chris, find that. Bird is the word. We have it?
Can we play that? I don't even know.
Sure we can.
That's our new intro right there. Ravens 28, Patriots 13. This game, it just baffled me. I don't know what else to say. The Patriots
They laid an egg.
put up 13 points.
Yeah, they laid an egg.
They scored 1 touchdown.
They
The
gave
New England Patriots.
They gave it up worse than Denver gave it up.
Like they are like
Denver at least made it a game
when
to
it
the
comes
last play
to
of regulation.
when it comes to offense in this league, there's the Patriots, and then everybody else is tied for not the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean, they take anything. Anytime they lose a player or put in some no-name, suddenly that no-name is scoring touchdowns every other week. It's just ridiculous. They can actually run the ball this year. For the first time in ages, the Patriots had a dominant running game. The combinations of Ridley and Vereen and nothing. I mean, Absolutely nothing. Ridley put up 70 yards. Tom Brady threw for 320 yards. Touchdown, 2 picks. Went 29 for 54. My God. Then Joe Flacco, 240 yards, 3 TDs, no picks. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm watching the NFL Network. Rich Eisen, and he made a great point, is before the game happened, he said, when are we going to officially call Joe Flacco elite? Was his question. And he posed some theories. He's like, well, certainly if he wins this game, then that will mean he's gone on the road back-to-back in the playoffs to beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
He didn't beat Peyton Manning.
Well, I'm just saying, hold on.
Denver's defense.
Not the point, not the
Peyton
point.
Manning.
Think about this, though. He says,
that's some crap.
He says if he goes back-to-back on the road to beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the playoffs, that'll make him elite, right? Because no one else has done that except Mark Sanchez. And then he's like, okay, well, that doesn't work. Well, if he wins a Super Bowl, if he takes the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl and wins it, that'll make him elite because no one's done that but Trent Dilfer. So, I don't know, maybe doing both of them together. I'm so reluctant about doing it. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I can't definitively say he's not elite.
He's not, though. He's average.
He's got an absolute cannon for an arm. I mean,
but he
can
average.
use it too.
He's average.
21 for 36, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, and New England's
in the
defense is garbage.
I don't know.
They're garbage.
I don't know. They stopped the Texans pretty well. I don't know. It's too tough to call with Flacco. It really is. I mean, I really think the thing is, from a media standpoint, from an image standpoint, the biggest thing standing in the way of him being considered elite is Ray Lewis. Because as long as Ray Lewis is here, we still think of the Baltimore Ravens as this dominant, scariest defense in the NFL, which it's still pretty damn good, but it's not what it was.
No.
But as long as it's like that, whoever is at quarterback for Baltimore, people are just going to think of as a game manager. People are just going to think, oh, yeah, well, Trent Dilfer. It's just another Trent Dilfer. And, I mean, let's be honest here. Joe Flacco is worlds better than Trent Dilfer. But then again, so are most people. I mean, I don't know. But it's just, it's too tough to call with him. I can't. If he wins a ring, then that debate heats up. And it's certainly a discussion worth having. But, of course, Baltimore wins. Ravens are going to the Super Bowl with Coach John Harbaugh at the helm. And who will they face? Oh, yeah, we already know. San Francisco 49ers. It's the Harbaugh, Super Bowl. A couple different names for you. I prefer Super Bowl. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned.
If we're even allowed to say that.
Or can we? The big game. They tried to copyright that, too, once. Did you know that?
The big game as well?
They tried to, but they didn't.
Well, then what would we
Because
call it?
the courts argued, well, that's not just the only big game. Be like, hey, you see the big game last week? Yeah. Or no, I didn't. 'cause we'll
Crap.
get
The
sued.
Super Bowl people are suing me. See,
No,
and that's crap that they, own the name and no one can say it.
Well,
Because,
the specifics are, from people in our position, as far as whether or not we can say it. We can say it if we're talking about the Super Bowl. We're just not allowed to use it in certain ways. You can't use it, in commercials. Enjoy our dip with the Super Bowl, But you can say, oh, the Super Bowl's coming.
Yeah, but
Go
see,
get
I mean,
snacks. it's complicated.
it is. It doesn't make any sense to me because any other sport, they'll be like, hey, blah, 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 World Series, blah, 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 NBA Finals, but you can't say the Super Bowl.
Well, you can, just not really in commercials. Basically.
But I'm saying, commercials can't they use World Series and crap? And NBA Finals?
Can they?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Or is
they
that
always kind of say the
trademarked
big
the
game
Super
too,
Bowl? I don't know. I've never really paid attention.
Can they say that? Well, the thing is, if you make a commercial that says NBA Finals, you have a commercial that can air for a week. And then you can't air it after the finals are over. You know what I mean? You got this chips commercial. Say, get some Tostitos for the NBA Finals. Right after the NBA Finals is over, you have to throw that commercial out.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
money down the drain, They say the big game thing, we use it. You could play that commercial again next year. These Super Bowl commercials that are like, oh, dip at the big game is great with chips and junk. You can dust that thing off and play it again next year. Because you don't say anything, But It's confusing. All I know is we can say Super Bowl. Us. All right, we're allowed. They won't try to sue us. Let's hope, because they would win. They would win big. We'd be screwed. But anyways,
they'd sure as hell take that trophy of ours.
they would take the trophy, and then that'd be it. They get the trophy and then money for emotional
Vikings
damages.
fan. It's getting confiscated by the
It's the
Super Bowl
NFL's property.
people.
No, I'm sorry. It was a good game. Falcons 49ers. Definitely a better game than the Ravens Patriots.
Yeah.
I don't like to see a team with the talent that the Patriots have. I know everybody hates the Patriots. They hate Tom Brady. I get it. But I don't like to see a team that has that much talent doing what they did yesterday.
Honestly, they laid down.
Even when I'm rooting against the Patriots, I want to see a good game.
Yeah, and they
I almost always
laid
just
down.
want to see a good game. That was just pitiful.
It was.
Now, the Super Bowl, obviously I want a good game, but I don't want the Ravens to win, so I don't care how good this game is. I just don't want them to win.
I just couldn't believe Atlanta gave it up.
Oh, God. Atlanta's not ready. They're just not there.
17
They can convince us they're there, but they're not there.
17-point lead. Then they had the lead again at the end, and oh wait, not anymore.
That was ridiculous.
Although I
they had
will
the
give it
opportunity
to
to come
them.
back.
That at fourth down, their last play, that was hardcore pass interference, and they didn't call it.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the 49ers, this is where they should be. This is a team. I mean, they had some struggles this season with the tie and all that stuff. They sort of hit a low point. But when this team plays the way this team can play, I don't think anyone can beat them.
No.
They are, in my opinion, the 49ers from the get-go were the best team this year from top to bottom.
Yep.
I mean, their best is better than anybody else's best, I think, at almost every level. And this defense this is terrifying. This is the new terrifying defense in the NFL. I mean, you got Patrick Willis. You got that Smith guy who was at one point gunning for the record in sacks. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But and they finally have Alex Smith out, so now the media can rally around them as an entertaining team. Because the media, I'll tell you the one thing the media hates more than anything in football is a game manager. Look at Kevin Klein of the Kansas State Wildcats. His team was number 1 in the nation, undefeated. And everybody's like, well, I guess he gets the Heisman. I don't know. Then he loses a game, and immediately like, well, then he's no Heisman. Even though the year before, RG3 had lost a couple of games, but still got it. They don't like game managers. Game managers, even though they can help you win a game and everything, they don't like them. Nobody liked Alex Smith. Poor Alex Smith. I don't know. Tell you what, though, how great of a coach is it looking like Jim Harbaugh is? Was it 2 years in the NFL? 2 years.
He's already got his team into the
one. He makes an appearance in the NFC Championship,
and then the Super Bowl.
And then the very next one, he's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it was
ridiculous.
a good team that he was already originally a good team.
Yeah.
That he came to, but still.
Well, it was an all right team, but no one had been able to really get Alex Smith to play decent at all except him. I mean, that's why Alex Smith kept getting a second chance. Because he was a first overall pick who wasn't playing like Jamarcus Russell-esque, so didn't get laughed out of the league, you know. But he was still playing pretty bad. But because he had that number 1 overall banner on him, every new coach that came in was like, oh, I'll get him to play. Don't you worry. And every coach lost their job because of it until Jim Harbaugh comes in. And he realized Kaepernick's the real deal. Made that change at week 11. This is the third fewest starts a quarterback has ever had that's playing in the Super Bowl in NFL history. All right, let's go back to school here. Let's talk some college because we need to get to this. This is the only story to come out of college this week, and it's the only thing worth talking about. Manti Te'o.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Manti Te'o, if you haven't heard, and I find that hard to believe, his girlfriend, of course, who passed away on September 11th or 12th, whoever you ask. His girlfriend, his girlfriend passed away, right? Car accident, and then there was leukemia, and he fell deeply, deeply in love with this woman and had to suffer that she passed away. Became a big heartwarming story. Got him talked about a lot. Real national recognition. And basically that story pushed him into the Heisman race and got him second place over Kevin Klein, because he's a game manager. But it got him second place in the Heisman.
Yeah, Kevin Klein needed a dead girlfriend too.
Exactly.
Right, and I guarantee you he would have won it.
There you go.
It wouldn't have been Manziel unless Manziel had a dead girlfriend.
Does he? We'll get back to you on that. Our research department is on it. Anyways,
I thought he had that hot model girlfriend.
no, he did. No, that was AJ
No,
McCarron.
that's Alabama's.
I've heard Manziel has a hot girlfriend, though.
He probably does.
These college players
He's
just get hot girlfriends.
No,
That's what do.
they flock to the ones they know are going to make money.
That's true. These college girls in the South, game over.
Yeah.
Game over. That's why you don't go out west, because then they're not real. Anyways, we all know the heartwarming story of how Manti Te'o came to be involved in this Disney princess-like love of a girl he met in Palo Alto after the Stanford game. A Stanford student named Lene Kakua. Well, and how do I be subtle about this? She never happened at all.
Yeah.
She was never born. She never died. Who's that? That's Manziel's girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, he's doing all right.
God damn.
He's just fine. I think she's real.
yeah.
Honestly,
that one's real.
That one, looking at that picture, better than McCarron's.
That one's.
See if you can get a McCarron's up there. Go side by side with that, Von Erich, and let me know what you think. But I'm saying Manziel's girlfriend, better than McCarron's.
Yeah, and you know McCarron's girlfriend's getting all this crap now.
She's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, but she got Sports Illustrated swimsuit. She's doing something for the Super Bowl, all because Muschamp said this chick is hot.
Oh,
I guess he kept on talking about it.
It was creepy. If you saw it, he's just
a
like
little bit.
Yeah, like there's like heavy breathing.
Yeah,
it's just like
he's probably
they're
doing
beautiful. Those SEC quarterbacks, they know how to get them. And one of the women was his mother. One of the women was his mother, right? It was AJ McCarron's girlfriend and mother, and then he was like, those SEC quarterbacks, they really know how to get them. They just flock to them. But like talking about both of them, it's like, yeah, that's his mom. She was there first, then had
Yeah,
him.
then he's like, see this? All you little boys out there, become quarterback, and you'll get a girl
Become
like
quarterbacks, and your mom will be hot. And then just like the same week, he was doing a basketball game, and he's talking about some sideline reporter, and he's like, smoking. She was smoking tonight. He's crazy.
It's tough.
It is a hard one, but you know what? I'm going to go with Manziel's.
I think I go with that one.
I'm going to go with Manziel's. She looks less bitchy. Honestly.
Although I pick McCarron over Manziel. They need to switch.
Career-wise, Manziel has a Heisman.
I'll put both of these pictures on the Facebook page.
Okay, Manziel's going to make more money, but McCarron's
higher right now.
Yeah, that's true. Since none of you can see what we're talking about, put both the pictures on the Facebook and ask the question, which is hotter? Who's hotter, Manziel's girlfriend or McCarron's?
McCarron's hotter than Manziel, but Manziel's girlfriend's hotter than McCarron.
Don't be gross.
Well, you can't be talking about
That's
chicks.
just gross. Don't objectify. Can you not objectify people like that, Ashley? All right, they're not pieces of meat. They're talented quarterbacks. They work very hard. That's gross.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, so of course, Teo's girlfriend never existed ever, right? All these layers and layers to this story. Basically, what we know is that most, if not all, most of this was done by Ryan Tuasupa. As I was reading the article, I read his name once, and I was like, I'm calling you Ronnie the rest of this story.
Yeah.
And every time his name showed up, I was like, Ronnie? Ranaya Tuasupa, right?
It's
Ranaya
like a 10,
Tuasupa.
15 letter long last name, and they're in a bunch. I don't know.
Hawaii names are weird. I'm just gonna say that. I don't care. I'm gonna put that out there. Get some easier names.
Right?
Why isn't it like Jim Tuasupa? You know, or Pete. Just easier names. Just like that. Anyways, so this Ranaya apparently was the guy who did all this. But Ranaya, apparently, there's pictures all over his now deleted Instagram account that show why a grown man is running around with an Instagram account of him and a football player. I don't even know. But anyways, there's pictures all over it of the two together, hanging out. They were friends. There was even a rumor that he was at the national championship as a guest of Manti Te'o. Apparently, these two are clearly friends. So the thing is, it just doesn't sit right with me because how does one of your good friends do this?
Right,
what is the point?
Create a fake girl and like fake whole thing online and then find another girl to get you to call every now and then and be like, yes,
Like,
this is
I'm a-
Linnea Hakakia.
I'm a Linnea Kakua, but
That.
I'm a guy, all right? So when I hang out is with my bros, and we give each other shit, you know?
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah.
That's what happens. I wouldn't do this.
No.
I could see messing with someone,
Yeah,
like,
and then-
be like, I wouldn't do this, but I could see how some people would find it funny to be like, chat with someone once.
Yeah,
and
but
then
then
be
it's
like, and then
over.
call them out on something personal.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? It's like, oh, dude, it was me the whole time. I was screwing with you.
Yeah, but not
Oh, you ass.
carry it on for months and
But,
months.
yeah.
And then, oh, your grandma died? Oh, she died of leukemia.
Then how does that
What?
work after? Like, phone call, like, hey, Monti. Yeah? It was me! Ah, you idiot!
I gotcha.
You jackass! Ah.
See, and
Yeah,
that's
sorry
why-
about your grandma. I mean, it's a. Like,
the thing is it's I know he needs to stop calling her his girlfriend. Because he never met her. It was strictly online and then phone call and then supposed phone calls with some random girl. I'm sorry, that's not your phone. That's not your girlfriend. That is a pen pal. That's what we called them back in the day before everything got all internety. It's a pen
Internet.
pal.
Boy, that internet
It is
showing
not
up.
a girlfriend. It's a friend. An
no.
online friend.
Wait,
You can't
wait,
even
what was
call
that
it a
again?
friend. It's like not even an acquaintance. You've never met him.
What was that again?
Internety.
That's awesome.
Now, here's the thing, though, that gets me. Is if this girl does, like, agree, like, oh, this will be classic. I'll call him. And I'll stay on the phone with him.
Right.
Every night for months. We'll
Yeah,
fall asleep
I'm
talking
pretty
on the
sure
phone.
that would get old.
At some point, aren't you guys, like, isn't it more than just a joke?
Yeah.
Like, if it's just like, it's just like, when does it stop? Because it's like, oh, I got this great idea. I'll pretend to be like, I'm just looking at it like from my point of view. It's like, I'll pretend to be this girl's or the boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll take her out on some dates and she'll think it's real. And then we'll go home and we'll like sleep together. And then
I'll
like,
just jump
we'll
up
get,
and go, "Just
we'll get
kidding."
married and like have some kids. And then like after we've been married 40 years, I'll be like, got you.
I don't even exist.
I never loved you. It was a joke.
This whole thing was just a ruse.
Like it's just like, granted, this didn't go that far, but it's just I'm looking at it from this girl's perspective. The girl that would talk to him on
It's
the
like,
phone.
don't you have better things to do. That's why I don't believe any of this
She's
crap.
talking to him every night on the phone, falling
Get
asleep
outta
together on
here.
the
She got
phone.
sick of it and
every
decided to
night?
kill herself off.
No, I'm telling you, he's making the crap up because he wanted the media to talk about him so he could get in the Heisman highlight, and now he wants the people to talk about him again because he blew ass in the national championship and it was bringing down his draft stock, so he's got to get the media rolling all over his tip again.
Rolling on his tip.
Straight up.
Something Linnea Kakua never did.
He was in on the ruse with Tatia Rani.
Tati
Supi.
Arani. Old Tati Arani.
I was trying to say his last name and I forgot it.
Renaya
so
Tuasopa
Soap.
is what his name is. But anyways.
Who the hell cares? He probably doesn't exist either.
Tati Rani, that guy. Old Tati Rani. No, thank you for saying what I was trying to subtly allude to. Is that, yeah, I believe he's in on it. There's no way. It's too much. It's just too much. And in this day and age, right, he's about our age, yours and mine. He's in his early 20s. He's like, what, 20, 21, 22, something like that?
He's got to be 20. Well, he's
Right?
a senior. He's got to be 21.
Yes, he's 21. How does someone in our age, our generation, our age group go on the internet and keep talking to this person and get duped like that?
Yeah.
You don't. The movie Catfish exists now, which, by the way, went from just some movie that came out to an instant classic this week. This week it has been propelled to the likes of Citizen Kane. I mean, all over the internet it was catfished. Oh, they catfished him. Because of that movie, and I guess it's an MTV show now. I didn't even know that either. I bet they had a big ratings boost, honestly.
There's no one that naive. No matter how stupid you are, there's no one that naive and lives that deep under a rock that they truly believe they were in a relationship with this girl, and I loved her. She was the most beautiful person I've ever met. You never met her. So you don't get to say that.
That's it. I'm changing the name of the show. Catfished.
Catfished?
That's it, man. We're done.
None of us are actually here.
No high on sports. Just catfish.
No high on catfish?
No.
All right. Well, they catch them in the South. Is that noodling? Is that what they call it? Never heard of noodling?
They catch them with their hands or
They
something.
shove their hand in.
Hand fishing?
Yeah.
They call that noodling. Look that up. Google noodling.
I
Google
call it
Sounds
hand
like they're
fishing.
Google noodling. I'm telling you.
Weird ass hillbillies.
Anyways, that's the only sport we're covering from now on is that hand fishing. Anyways,
No, not oodle.
well, we actually were supposed to have Lene Kukua on the show tonight. We had to bump her, unfortunately, for time. So hopefully maybe we can get her on the phone soon. But we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, you're going to find out what's urinating us off. We're going to maybe talk a little NBA All-Star starters revealed. Reserves out this week. And hopefully get into some of this Lance Armstrong stuff because it's pretty entertaining. 3 up, 3 down, all that, so much more. You listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
Oh, it is noodling. Look at that.
Told you.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Are you tired of all the overhyped advertisements for energy drinks and energy supplements?
Maybe skydiving from a suborbital spacecraft or jumping a snowmobile over 80 buses is not in your agenda.
Maybe you just want to make it through the day effectively. Whether it's work, school, or raising a family, life's demands can be overwhelming. When you need that extra kick in the butt to help get you going, try Cocaine Energy. You'll not find a more effective energy supplement. Cocaine Energy has higher caffeine content per ounce than any other energy supplement on the market. And it's safe. Worried about the side effects of so much caffeine? We got you covered. Cocaine is scientifically formulated to mitigate against the side effects normally associated with large doses of caffeine, such as the jitters and heart palpitations. So what are you waiting for? Try cocaine today, because life doesn't wait. Cocaine is available at local retailers and online at www.drinkcocaine.com. That's drinkcocaine.com. Once again, that's drinkcocaine.com. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an illicit street drug. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe, the printer guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more. Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. User friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
Welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
And whether you're at home listening on your computer or on one of the many glorious apps, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Remember, if you're not listening on an app, you can. Just take your smartphone, look for the TuneIn Radio app. It is free. Install it, search MSC Radio Network, hit play, and you're listening to all your favorite MSC shows on the go. It's exciting. And remember, as always, you can call this show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. We will read them on the show, and you can always tweet us. It is at high_on_sports or hashtag high-on-sports. Facebook is blah, blah, blah. I almost said Facebox.
Facebox.
Our faceplate page. Facebook.com/high-on-sports. And get to the website at high-on-sportsradioshow.com. You got an archive of all our past shows, much other fun stuff. Again, that is high-on-sportsradioshow.com. All right, we've got a jam-packed round two here, so let's get right into it. It is round two. All right, it's time for a staple of High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And we're going to start, as we always do, with Von Erich. Von Erich, what's urinating you off?
Well, a couple years ago, as we all remember, the beloved Chicago Cubs came under new ownership, and they promised at the time, like, nothing's going to change with the way the games are held, all this. We don't want to change. The only thing they wanted to change was the record, which hasn't happened yet. But they just rolled out a plan to update Wrigley Field, and a lot of diehards are not too pleased. Being a Cubs fan from back in the day, that used to be the only games besides the Indians that would be on TV. And they want to have more night games. Now, as you know, Cubs have always played during the day.
Absolutely.
Since about 2004, they've played up to about 30 night games. New ownership wants to make it more than half the season. They also want to hold concerts in Wrigley Field, which is great. You're going to have a bunch of drunk country music fans ripping the ivy off the outfield walls.
Yeah. There's not even a jumbo screen.
No, there's not. And they also want to put new advertising signs, including a huge Toyota sign above the left field bleachers. And they want to close the streets around Wrigley Field. They're already closed on weekend games, but they want to close the streets during any game or any day that there is a game, not just day games. Day games, every single game. They just want to close the streets. Could you imagine them doing that here at Progressive Field? Just, oh yeah, we're going to shut down Carnegie.
I mean, that'd be a nightmare, and that's Chicago.
Chicago is kind of hood.
Well, there's not this. Well, not necessarily this part. This is the these are north, right? No. Wrigley is north.
Yeah, and
Cubs are
north.
part.
Cubs is north, Chicago, and White Sox are south side.
Yeah, this is the more
the not so dangerous,
cleaner, the streets and such. The walls and the garbages are emptied and things.
It's kind of insane just shutting streets down.
It is ridiculous, especially like it'd be bad enough in a city like here, like Cleveland.
Yeah.
But in a Chicago,
where
Chicago
traffic is nasty.
So many people there.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It'd be like, what is it in L.A. when they like shut down that busiest strip of highway? It's like the busiest piece of highway in the world. And like 2 years ago, they like had to shut it down for like a day.
A Pacific Coast Highway.
And what did they call it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they called it. It was like this something apocalypse or something. I don't remember. But they it made like some of the worst traffic ever. But no, you can't just do that. It's 160. Well, all right, home games is 81 games, and it's not even like. And if you're moving them to night, that's like night. That's like you're coming home from work, and let's just shut down the
Why
streets.
do they play all their games during the day?
It's just a tradition that they had there. They didn't even have lights at all at the stadium until 1988.
Oh wow!
Wow. That's awesome.
And they also want the day games to start at 3:05 as opposed to 1:05.
That's weird.
You can't be moving that stuff.
Probably because they want more people to go.
Baseball, you can't change things like that in baseball.
I know
baseball,
you really can't. I'm old school.
The beauty of baseball is it's like it's how do I put this? A Browns game, there's only 8 Browns games, so going to a Browns game is like an event.
Yeah.
But it's more like going to an Indians game or a baseball game. It's like they're always there, so it's more like it's like an attraction that's like a museum or something where it's just like, yeah, we'll just go take in a ball game or something, and it's nice like that,
Yeah.
You generally don't have to worry about ridiculous scheduling issues and things like that. It's nice to know it's dependable. Is what it is. It's not as flashy as a football, but it's it's the nice guy that you should wind up with, But you can't be doing that stuff, especially in Wrigley. Not to the Cubs. They're the Cubs. I mean, yeah, they suck, and they'll continue to suck for some time.
But it's still.
But it's the Cubs,
It's historic.
I would love to go there sometime. That's one of my like top 5 ballparks I'd love to see sometime. Like that and Fenway.
Yeah.
Are the 2 big ones to me that I'd love to take in a game sometime. But thank you, Von Erich. That was very nice. And now Ashley, I see you got a pretty good one there. What's turning you off?
Freaking Sacramento's owners are deciding they want to sell the Kings. Well, that's all fine and dandy. Problem is they're selling them to a Seattle group so they can move another team to Seattle. Like, I don't have a problem with Seattle getting another basketball team. I have a problem moving a team that's already in a city. Because as a Clevelander, I know how that feels. I had football taken away from me for 4 years. And it was hard, and it made me sad.
Didn't Sacramento just save the Kings,
and they
too?
Like,
we did
it! So now, basically, so you just tease them. You told all your Sacramento fans, don't worry, we got a new stadium deal in place, blah, blah, blah. The team's not going anywhere. And then they go, oh, wait, your team's going to be gone by next year. That's like sticking a steak in front of a dog and letting it for like 10 minutes and just letting him stare at it and drool and then go, oh, you don't get it. What the hell? I mean, I hate when teams move. It bothers me because as a fan, it's the worst feeling in the world.
I'll tell you
all this football crap where they want to move a team to LA.
I'll tell you who's probably the most urinated off by this. Anaheim. Because if you recall, just about a year ago, when the Kings were going to move, they were going to get all expenses paid by the owner of the Ducks to come move into the Honda Center or whatever.
Ooh, poor Anaheim.
Yeah, because LA needs a third team.
Come have a basketball team there.
First they lose out on the Clippers, then they lose out on the Kings. Who are they going to try and get next?
And now,
hopefully not the Cavs.
And now up to Seattle. See, but it's like you feel this is so many parallels to the Browns too, because in some ways people from there are like, oh, this is right now, this is good. But then people from the other city know how terrible this is because it's think about this. Baltimore fans were still pissed that they had the Baltimore Colts taken from them in the middle of the night. So then it's like Baltimore getting a team back.
And they're like,
hooray, all is right with the world.
No, it's
like,
not,
but we're
because
taking-
Cleveland
we're
got
taking
butt-effed.
yours. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right
it's
in the
just
middle.
like that.
Yeah, it was
Seattle
basically
loses
the
their
same thing.
team.
He packed up overnight and got the hell out because Art Modell knew if he lallygag, he'd be murdered in the streets of Cleveland.
Now this is Seattle loses the Supersonics to become the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, and I felt
And
horrible
now
for them.
everybody thinks, oh yeah, the Sonics need to come back. There needs to be a way that the Sonics exist. Oh, all right, but screw you, Sacramento.
Yeah,
you know,
and
it's-
you're just like I'm all for Seattle having a team. Just tell the NBA you're getting an expansion team. I am not for moving.
And then the
that
funny,
bothers me.
the
can't stand
most
it.
screwed up part about this was when they were going to move the first time. Had nothing to do with the fans. They were fine with attendance.
Yeah.
Fan support. They love the Kings. But the owners screwed up. The owners were in the hole.
Yeah.
They needed a way to get some cash. And that's what this is. Fans are fine. Everything's fine.
They just
needed
they
to
just
sell
wanna
this
sell,
team
yeah.
because they were broke. So they sell to the first person that walks by, and they just happen to be a group from Seattle.
Yeah, and you know, and the NBA obviously they want a team in Seattle. Everybody wants a team back in Seattle. Well, then you should have never let them move down to Oklahoma.
I tell you what, blame exclusively. I say almost all the blame falls on the Maloofs here.
Yeah.
I don't blame the new owners that bought it because I put it in my perspective. All right, if I were loaded and I was looking to buy a hockey team, I would want to buy a hockey team I can bring to my hometown. Cleveland doesn't have an NHL team. If I were looking to buy an NHL team,
Yeah.
I would want to buy something to bring home. To be like, look, Cleveland, look what I gave you. So these guys are from Seattle. They're basketball
I get
fans.
why they're doing it.
They want to buy a
I
team to
hate
bring
it.
to Seattle. I don't blame them. I blame the Maloofs. They saved the team. The team was saved. And then
they
they're
go,
like,
"Oh,
well,
wait,
now we're going to screw you a
I can
different
get-
way.
I can get $525 million by selling this team. Here you go. Sorry,
Yep.
Sacramento, you're just losing your basketball team. So now, how many thousands of fans? They don't have basketball anymore.
Sacramento have any pro sports team anymore?
Probably not. I mean, at least the one thing is that at least
Isn't
in
that the
Cleveland when the
capital of
Browns lost,
California?
we knew they were coming back. Yeah, we had to go 5 years without them, but we knew they were coming back.
And
when
we
they
had-
leave, they're just Sacramento. They're gone. They're not going to
And-
build and have a new team
and-
in 5 years.
And we had the Indians,
Yeah, and we
who in 95 and 97 went to the World Series.
yeah.
And for that period of time, we're a great team. What does
So they just
Sacramento
check-
fans turn to?
To-
Well, I guess I don't like sports anymore.
Yeah, they're
Good night,
they're
everybody.
basically getting screwed. I hate when teams
They're
move.
going to just start reading and stuff. That sounds like a terrible life. That's a terrible way to live. I can't imagine. No sports team. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's,
Maybe they have an MLS team, because I couldn't tell you more than maybe 4 of them.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's make one up. Sporting Sacramento. They got Sacramento FC over there. I guess. I don't know. I can make up any one, and most people hearing would just assume.
They'd be like,
That's a true
oh,
MLS
that's
team.
cool.
Sporting Sacramento. Sporting Sacramento FC, sorry.
What the hell is FC?
Football club.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's why I like Toronto FC.
That makes sense.
FC Toronto, I think. Or
Well, see,
something.
because I don't call soccer football. I don't care what
No,
everybody else calls it.
no, it's
I call it soccer because there's football and then there's soccer.
Exactly. This is a different thing.
There
Actually,
is a
I go
team
by
called
I'm
the
a-
Sac City Rollers Roller Derby League.
Roller
Oh,
derby.
they got roller derby.
Citywide
Their
sport.
roller derby is about to hit.
That's a roller derby
About to
city.
start rolling in the dough.
Everybody you can look at a city and say what kind of sports are there. You know, like Cleveland is a football city. You got New York is a baseball town. Same with Boston. You know, Sacramento, that's a roller derby city right there.
Hey.
And there's also the Sacramento Capitals, a team in WTT, which is World Team Tennis.
Well, there you go.
They have like
Tennis and roller
teams?
derby. Yeah, we used to have one in
That's
Cleveland.
that's a thing?
There used to be one in Cleveland.
A
Way
tennis
back.
team?
I think before I was born.
I thought there was like
do
Wimbledon
it
and stuff, and that was
There's
it.
just Wimbledon and no one else plays tennis.
And making no sense, there's the Sacramento Gold Miners, which is a Canadian football team
Oh.
based in Sacramento.
Oh.
In Sacramento, California?
Yes.
A Canadian football team? Is
Canadian Football League.
Wait, like CFL?
Yes.
Fact checkers, get on this.
No, I think somebody
franchise
did
was
know.
the first American team in Canadian Football League.
Do they still exist?
Yes.
Really?
It says were, though, past tense.
Oh, were?
Oh, yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Was.
I know all the CFL teams.
It
There's two
says
different Rough
folded.
Riders.
Folded in 95.
Folded in 95.
It lasted 2 years, 93 to 95.
They can't even hold on to Canadian football there. Poor Sacramento.
Wait a minute, hold on. CFL.ca. Go there.
Yeah.
But that league is still going strong right now.
The CFL still exists, but that team doesn't.
Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it was, they're gone. They lasted 2 years.
Okay.
Apparently, Sacramento
guys.
doesn't care about Canadian football.
Apparently not. If it's anything like Canadian bacon, then it's just a lie.
I mean, Canada has maple syrup, hockey, and half of Niagara Falls.
And 2 teams called the Rough Riders. Think about that.
Yeah.
2 CFL teams with the same name.
That's absolutely
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
And the Argonauts? What? What does that mean?
See that's why that's why no one cares about the CFL, because you're just ridiculous. You don't name 2 of your teams the same names.
Yeah, and what's your coach going to do? At best, come to the NFL and be the head coach of the Bears. Mark Trestman. There's promise there. You know what? I'll tell you what I hate is the rumors that are heating up with Tebow to the CFL. That would have worked maybe a decade ago. But because the CFL used to be nothing but mobile quarterbacks who can't throw. Would have been perfect.
True.
Now, all it is passing. It's like arena football now.
Yeah.
There's no running the ball in Canadian football. It is literally throw. That's all it is, because that's all people do anymore. Now it's the guys that all they know how to do is chuck the ball, but can't actually do it against good teams. Because we'll actually take mobile quarterbacks in the NFL now.
Right.
So the CFL is it's nothing but passing now. It's ridiculous scores and high numbers and things like that. And Tebow can't go there. No one's going to take him there.
No.
I don't know where he's going to go. I thought it was going to be Jacksonville, but now it's looking like not so much.
Anti-quarterback.
It's the best knuckleballer in New York since they traded away R.A. Dickey.
True.
Yep. All right, thank you, Ashley. Now it's my turn. I'm gonna share what's urinating me off. I'm gonna go back to football here. It's specifically about our beloved Cleveland Browns. Didn't really talk about them on this show tonight. It's talk of bringing someone in. Now, I thought at first bringing someone in maybe as a backup to compete for the starting job. Well, let me start by saying this. The Browns have interest, reportedly, in Patriots backup Ryan Mallet.
Dear God.
Now, let me start by saying I don't think Mallet is such a bad option. To bring in as a backup, maybe let's see how he can do the offense and compete for something here. Just bring him in. It doesn't mean you have Ryan Mallet now, goodbye Brandon Whedon. It means you have Ryan Mallet, goodbye Colt McCoy, sure. But it doesn't mean you kick Whedon to the curb. But you bring in Mallet, you see what he's got. Sure, why not? And what I read at first, and I'll be honest, I misread the title. Thought it said Browns potentially sending 6th round pick for Ryan Mallet. I thought, well, that's very fair. It's a quarterback who's only thrown 4 passes in his career. Back up to Tom Brady, a 6th round pick. Why the hell wouldn't you pull the trigger on that? Sure. But I found out that due to my inability to read, I was mistaken. Let me start by saying here's similar situations, all right? Similar, but not exactly. It's not unprecedented that teams go out and acquire someone's backup, come in as their starter. A lot of teams have backups that are very talented and able, but they're sort of, stuck with a logjam. Look at what's his name? I don't remember his name because he's irrelevant now. Like the backup for Aaron Rodgers. Seattle signed him.
Flynn.
Yeah,
Matt
that's
Flynn.
right. Matt Flynn. Seattle paid out the butt to get him, and now they don't even need him because they found their franchise quarterback in the 3rd round. Anyways, here's some similar situations to that. In 2011, the Cardinals acquired Kevin Cobb for a former 2nd round pick from the Eagles in exchange for Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie and a 2nd round pick. Okay? And in 2007, the Texans acquired Matt Schaub, a former 3rd round pick with 2 career starts from the Falcons, in exchange for 2 2nd round picks, and they swapped 1st round picks. The Falcons moved up 10 to 8. So you're swapping 8 for 10, giving 2 first rounders, and you get Matt Schaub. Right? And one, I don't have actually what they traded for him, but I know that Green Bay many years ago acquired a guy who had thrown hardly any passes for Atlanta to come to Green Bay, and his name was Brett Favre, and he did all right. All things considered, I think he was a little bit all long jam.
Above average.
Now we get to today with the Browns. The rumor is that the Browns would send their 6th overall pick to New England for their backup quarterback in Ryan Mallet. Now, what I've read says that may be a little crazy. They might just swap first rounders. So they might give New England the 6th overall pick, 6th overall in the whole thing, for Ryan Mallet and the 30th overall pick. If they're willing to pull this trigger, then Lombardi has successfully, in one move, proven the Cleveland media right on every front. Many reporters, writers, people like that, people from the Cleveland, sports media scene, have just blasted Lombardi since he walked in.
Because he's an idiot.
Some of it too far, some of it fine, sure. But the fact of the matter is, if you do this right out of the gate, you give them grounds. Their producers are going to go to them and say, blah, blah, blah from the plain dealer, let loose.
Right.
I'm not silencing you anymore. Cap removed, get at him. And that's all it's going to be. This guy will be lambasted. He will be blacklisted. He will be out of this town in 2 years. If you make a move like this. You can't. I understand that the age of Brandon Weeden scares you. And the fact that he was brought in by a previous owner, previous administration, you're not technically tied to him. I get that. But you can't look at this kid and just say, like, literally he has done nothing but watch Tom Brady play football.
Yeah,
you
and
think
for not
that
even
is
that long.
enough?
And it's not like
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years he's been his backup.
Yeah, and look how Matt Castle was Tom Brady's backup for how long? And he was supposed to be so good. Kansas City blows. They're horrible.
Ryan Mallet was a third round pick.
They won one game.
Ryan Mallet was a third round pick with a grand total of 4 pass attempts. One of them was an interception.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I don't even.
Yeah, so let's give up the 6th overall pick for him. Freaking
It would just be a
Lombardi's
terrible
idiot.
move. I've read a lot that this is an overall weaker draft class. It's bone dry at quarterback. Bone dry at quarterback. There's nobody that's really, if anybody is drafted 1, then it's purely out of desperate necessity by the Chiefs, and not because they should actually be number 1. This is, I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good draft as far as defense goes. There's some talent at linebacker and everything. We have a new defensive coordinator in Cleveland. Ray Horton's come in. We're talking about running a 3-4 or a hybrid.
Ugh.
The term 5-5 has been said before. Ray Horton plans on not really pigeon-toeing anyone and running whatever scheme is appropriate for the offense put against him. I like that strategy, but you're going to need some more versatile bodies on defense. You're going to need to go after a sort of linebacker and hybrid with this 6th overall pick. You can't use it to go after a backup quarterback who's done nothing in his career and just a total roll of the dice and hope that something comes out of it. It's too big of a risk, especially to make right out of the gate, because it's not like he has surrounding talent that's going to keep him afloat.
Right.
They cannot do this. By the way, we'll get to it in 1 second. We're getting to the end of this show. Excuse me. So we'll end it the way we always do with 3 up, 3 down. Some really downs here. Down number 3, Anderson Varejao.
Aww.
Out for the rest of the year with a blood clot in his lung.
Depressing.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to Andy, but I do have to say, I was right. Said we should have traded him earlier this season.
Yeah,
It hurts to be right, but at the same time, I'm sure it hurts all of you watching.
Well, at least we know he's not going anywhere now.
Yeah, there you go. We all got our wish. Down number 2, baseball. They lost a legend in Stan the Man Musial, who passed away on Sunday.
I thought it was Musial. It's Musial?
I didn't say that. I said Musial. I pronounced it weird.
I'm
the Man.
not really sure what you said.
Stan the Man Musical.
Stroke!
So I always thought it's weird because you look at it at first glance, it says musical and you're not really reading it. So every time I'm on different sports websites, it said something about musial service to be held. Stand service to be held. Blah, 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 blah. And I thought it said musical funeral to be held. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? A, who died? B, why is this on a sports website? Down number 1, Manti Te'o. Revealed this week that his dead girlfriend never existed. and never died, so silver lining to that.
Yeah, I guess his girlfriend didn't die. Too bad
Up
she
number
wasn't
3,
real.
the NHL. Season has finally started this weekend.
Yay.
You guys watch some hockey?
I watched 5 minutes of it when I was in the liquor store on Saturday.
Did not watch any.
They had it on their little TV.
Well, up number 2, Seattle. Seattle-based group has finalized deal to purchase the Kings. And up number 1, the Harbaugh brothers. 49ers versus Ravens. In Super Bowl XLVIII. Wait, that was too many
I hope
I's.
Baltimore loses. I can't handle it.
XLVIII 47. Of course, next week will be our Super Bowl picks. We're not gonna do everything. I'll just say this: my Pro Bowl pick, AFC, going out on a limb this year. So
I'll agree with you there. Sure, AFC.
Right,
What the hell? I'll just make it a clean sweep. AFC.
AFC makes the sweep. Anyways, I will not be watching that.
I mean, it's just dumb, and this is the stupidest thing they could have done, putting it before the end of the season. So
Next
the two
week,
Super Bowl teams with the best players that you don't even know.
Next week, we will make our Super Bowl picks as well as look back on the preseason predictions we made, see how wrong or right we were. So all that much, much more. So for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, on MorningShowCentral.com.